Filming makeup tutorials is so rough because I always look so rough. Hello, welcome back. My name's Finn, otherwise known as Kelcor, and I am not a professional cosplayer, but I'd like to be. I've tried filming several makeup tutorials and I haven't ended up posting any, so I'm hoping this is the one. Today I'm going to be cosplaying Nene Kusanagi because a small artist sent me like a little package of their keychains for me to open up. So I'm going to get into Nene cosplay so I can post something for them later today. And I thought, why not show you how I do my makeup? I've done plenty of makeup tutorials on TikTok, but like I wanted to do something in depth. Since this is my first like long form makeup tutorial, I think I want to kind of keep it instructional, and then when I do more in the future I'll probably be more chatty. But I kind of want to like clearly walk you through what I'm doing so I can help you do your makeup. So I don't want to waste too much time on introing because I feel like my intros always run pretty long, so let's get started. I have some like dewdrops, so I'm just going to start by prepping my skin. I have a mirror over here, just prepping my skin, helping keep it moisturized. I have dry skin, so if you are looking for a base routine for dry skin, I could probably help you out. Or at least, if not product recommendations, at least like a step by step. So if you have dry skin and your makeup is looking bad, it's probably because you are not prepping your skin properly. You need to be moisturizing, please moisturize. You might have noticed I already have purple contacts in for Nene. These are prescription purple contacts, so I can see just fine. I don't need to be wearing my proper contacts, so I went ahead and put in my contacts first. That's what you're supposed to do, just to avoid like getting bacteria in your eye after you've done your makeup. But I don't always do that because sometimes you just can't see as well through your contacts. But these ones have very good vision. These are from Pinky Paradise. I have a discount code from them and it will be in my link tree, which is in the description if anyone is interested in getting some contacts. Now I like to use a like gripping primer, just so that my makeup has something to stick to. Now I'm nice and gross and shiny. Wow, I look so nasty, but like, it's about the transformation. It's about the going from nasty to beautiful. My favorite foundation is the About Face Performer foundation. I think it works really well for dry skin, and it's definitely the closest match that I've ever had. I think I'm like, yeah, I'm F1 neutral, which is the lightest neutral shade. And I think they have really good like undertones of all of their like foundation shades, so I'd recommend. It's like medium coverage, I'd say. It's just really nice. I like it a lot. So I go in, swipe on both sides. I don't usually do my chin because I'll put concealer on my chin. So this is my foundation placement. I feel so silly. I also don't often put foundation on my forehead. I just find that I don't really need to. My forehead usually doesn't have blemishes on it or discoloration, and I'm also most of the time wearing wigs that have bangs, so I don't feel the need to put foundation on my forehead, because if anything, if my forehead's already clear and I put foundation on it, that just makes it more likely to break out. So that's a tip that I live by. If you're wearing a wig with bangs, just don't bother putting makeup on your forehead. You don't need it. Now for concealer, I use this Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer. I was really lucky. When I worked at Ulta, they did like a employee like discount thing where they gave us like tubes of Shape Tape for $5. They're usually what, like fucking 32. So I got a couple and they last forever. So I've been using this a year and a half, probably longer. And nobody say anything about, Finn, what if it's expired? I don't know. I don't know. I'm okay with that. So I do under my eyes, on my eyelids, and then anywhere I have discoloration. And then I go in on my chin. I usually have some sort of breakout on my chin, and from years of having breakouts on my chin, I have like scarring and discoloration. So even if my face is fully clear, I usually put concealer on my chin because it just has scarring, and that's fine. That's what a face looks like. blending it with the same sponge. This has been like my favorite base routine. It lasts me through conventions like unclockable. Sometimes even this base on my skin at least lasts well enough that I can go to a convention, do my makeup at like 9 in the morning, come back to my hotel room at like 3 and change into a different cosplay and not have to redo my makeup. I'll like change my eyeshadow color by putting more on top, but I don't have to redo my makeup because the base has held up, and I'll stay out till like 9. I believe it. I have strong faith in my base routine. I have my 12-hour con days and barely have to retouch, if ever. If anything, I feel like all I ever retouch is like my lipstick. So now I like to cream contour, and I used to have one of those cream contours that was in like the little tube with like the puff on the end that you squeeze and it comes out, and it fucking exploded everywhere and stained the shelf on my desk. So now I just repotted all of the rest of the product into this little container. I wasn't gonna throw it away. It's still like everything that was in there is still perfectly good contour. It was just unusable in that container. Like it was just like constantly squirting everywhere. So now I keep it in a little thing. Usually there's enough product that gets like trapped in the cap that I can just swirl around my brush in there and then use that, because I don't want to overdo it. And then go down the side of my nose, and then just a little bit under each cheekbone. Take this little brush, and I use this for everything. I know most people use a much larger brush for blending out contour. I like how much control it gives me, so I'm a big fan of this little one, even on my cheeks. So after I do my nose first, and then I'll go in and just tap it around. I feel like with a bigger brush it can go too far, so I just want it blended out but not like all over my face. Bam, contoured. Then I'll use a cream concealer stick and I will carve out my nose, create like the negative space of the nose contour. So I go down the center, and it's usually crooked in some way. Oh yeah. And then I'll do each side. This just thins up my nose contour, makes it sharper. I have this little like flat brush, and I just take it along the sides and blend. The stick concealer that I use is a lot lighter than what I would normally use for like a skin tone shade. I really want to bring light to the center especially, so I kind of keep it like as concentrated as possible in this area, and I blend it down into my foundation so that it looks seamless but still sharp on the edges. If you ever are thinking that it looks like too sharp and you think you're not doing it right, don't worry, because once you go into the area with powder, the powder softens it. And then I always do the center line with my finger, and then at the top blend it. Now I do liquid blush. I'm gonna go in with like a mauve-y liquid blush, and I'll show you my placement. Nose first, on each side, and then underneath, and then one dot on each side on like basically the outer corner of my eye. And again, I feel like most people use a larger brush. I like this one. It's supposed to be like a big eyeshadow brush. I think it gives me more control when I'm doing my blush, and I really like that, especially on my nose. So just go in. I like blending. Like I used to, back in the day, just do blush on the bottom of my nose, and then I realized I like it much better when I take it up the sides a little bit. And then just tap this around. I like to keep my blush on my high cheekbone and then under my eye. So I feel like it raises the face when you do it on the cheekbone, but I also like it under the eye because it gives you like a cutesy and honestly kind of sickly look, like combined with the nose and like the blush on the under the eye. I just think it's like cute and flushed. So I'm a big fan of blush under the eye. I also think I have like higher cheekbones, so I think that probably adds to why I enjoy having my blush up higher. Now it's time for setting spray. This is a Morphe one that I got for free while I worked at Ulta, and it does the job. And then I let it dry while I do my eyebrows. I feel like doing the setting spray before you do powder is the trick that keeps it like lasting longer throughout the day. I feel like you need to set all your wet products before you go over top of it with powder. This is an ancient Morphe palette that I probably got in like 8th or 9th grade, the Icy Fantasy palette. And I pretty much at this point only use this palette for a combination of this color and these grays. So I mix these up for Nene's eyebrows. I use these grays for like other character eyebrows. This palette has seen brighter days. So yeah, I'm gonna mix this with these two grays, and that's like my eyebrow shade. Just taking like a small brush. I guess I didn't really explain. I use eyeshadow for my brows. Oh my god, wait! I forgot to like set them. So first, before I get into the eyeshadow, I have this ColourPop Clear Brow Gel, and I use it to just first shape my brows before I put color in them, because if I shape them after I put color in them, then my clear brow gel is going to have whatever color eyeshadow mixed into it, and then next time I use it, it's all gonna be a mess. So I keep the clear, and then I put eyeshadow on top. I'm lucky because I'm blonde, so I can pretty much put whatever color eyeshadow just directly into my eyebrows, and it works for me. If you have darker brows, you may need to block them out with concealer before this step. Or if you don't care and you just want to leave your brows dark, that's totally valid. Shockingly, when I'm making content, one of the like parts of my makeup that I feel like I have to fix the most often are my brows. Because if my brows aren't dark enough, I feel like my entire face just like looks off. Like I need strong eyebrows. So if like I'm cosplaying like Shizuku, for example, and she has very light hair, if I try doing very light brows, I'll look at myself in like the viewfinder and be like, no, no. So that is something I'm picky about. I do need, like, it doesn't have to be like dark, but I need like a visible brow. Like if it is a shade that like is light enough that it almost can like blend into the same like hue as my skin tone, and it kind of looks like I don't have eyebrows. I hate that. I hate that. I feel like it looks so bad on me. Okay, now that my eyebrows are done, it's time to start setting my face with powder. So I have this gigantic Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder, and I'm gonna take it on my little powder puff and put it in the centered points of my face. So there's like a ton in the top right now, so I took some on my puff, but it's kind of too much, so I'm gonna take the lid and just pat off some of the excess. That way that I'm not just caking so much powder onto my face. And then I start with my chin. So I want the most amount of coverage from the powder on my chin. And then with what's left up, I'll go into like where my smile lines would be. So I don't like when it's shiny right here. I like a dewy face, but I hate it right here. So I really try to focus right here. And it also helps to set this crease of your nose. I feel like the crease of the nose is like the first place where makeup will start slipping off your face. So definitely give it some extra love. I'm gonna re-up my puff, tap it, and go under the eye. I want a good amount of powder to like set the concealer but not make it dry and flaky, because again, like I said at the beginning, I have dry skin, so I'm not aiming for oil control. I'm just trying to set the makeup so it doesn't slip off my face. So I don't overuse powder. And if you are someone with dry skin and you feel like your makeup gets like kind of dry or flaky pretty fast, it might be because you're putting on too much powder. I haven't touched my nose yet, and that's because I'm going to use a different powder actually. This isn't necessary, but this is something I discovered that I like. So I found this Morphe, I think it's like Cloud Veil powder, and it is similar, I'd say, to like the Hourglass ambient lighting powder. So it is not fully matte. It kind of has a bit of like a shift to it. I wouldn't call it glitter, but it is like a glowier powder. So I have this little brush like this, and I'll go into it. And this is what I put on my nose. It just like softens it up and blurs it a little bit, and it also like isn't as drying, you know? So on places that I like feel like I don't need to worry about them getting shiny as much, I'll put this. And I don't usually put it on my cheeks, but like if I was going to set my cheeks, I would use this just because it wouldn't like rob me of the like natural glow that I have going on. I like when like the skin is peeking underneath. I will take this though and put it in between my eyebrows. So I don't like it to shine right there, but I don't feel like it needs to be as dried out and matte as it would be with like the kimchi loose powder. Good. I'm liking how my base is looking, but I feel like I need to bring back some more blush. So I'm gonna take this ColourPop Heart Blush, and I'm not gonna open it because it's completely shattered in there. But this is usually what I end up doing. Like the liquid blush acts as the base, and then I go in with a powder blush later because I like a very intense blush. And especially when you're like filming content, the way that I do my colorful lighting will often wash out the blush on my face. So I'm gonna go ham. So I got some blush on my brush. Oh shit! I guess that this brush already had some blush on it. This is not the color that I picked up. It's okay, I'm just gonna do both sides. I said I like a lot of blush, so this is me putting my money where my mouth is. Oh god damn. You know what, this is fine. Maybe this is what I wanted. Actually, this is a lot pinker than what I wanted. This is the universe showing me what I really wanted. Okay, now that my cheeks are nice and blushed, I'm going to take a small brush, this little guy, and I'm gonna do my nose. And with what's left on the brush, I'm just gonna throw it under my eye. So up until this point, my makeup routine is pretty standard. Like my base routine pretty much stays the same with like the variation of my blush color, but that's not like, or my eyebrows too, but neither of those are like huge differences. The eyeshadow is where it gets unrelated, but I kind of stick to the same kind of like techniques. For Nene, I think I'm gonna use my Kimchi Holy Fairy Tale palette. This palette is so beautiful. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I love, thank you Kimchi, thank you. I think first I'm gonna start with this very light yellow. On her like newer costume, she has that very light yellow, and I'm gonna start it right here on my actual eyelid. Actually, hold on, I just totally changed my plan. I'm actually gonna start with above my eyelid, so I'm gonna mix this green and I think this green, and I'm going to take it right here, like touching my brow bone and going halfway across my eye, but not fully. And now I'm going to mix a few of these like lighter pinks, and I'm gonna do it on the rest of my eye out to the outer corner. Pink is never gonna blend perfectly into green, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't really matter to me. I kind of just want a pink, green, and yellow eye look, because those are kind of the primary colors on this outfit. So I'm also taking it to the bottom of the lid. It'll get a little muddy right here, but I've never found that to be an issue. Now the reason I stopped with the yellow before is because I think I actually want to like cut this crease higher. I'm gonna take some concealer on this angled brush, and I'm going to try to create like a higher crease. Something I've been liking recently. There we go, they're kind of like the same shape going on. I don't need to pack too much product on here, because that'll just make it like too layered up and it'll get all like cakey and gross. I just want to have like a baby layer of coverage. Now that that's done, I'm gonna take this yellow shimmer shade on my finger and I'm going to swipe it across here. This yellow shimmer gets a lot of mileage out of me from this palette, let me say. This shows up in so many of my cosplay makeup looks. And now just to like have more contrast, I'm going to deepen the green with like a small precise brush. Just separate that like crease a little bit more. Banger, banger. Now I'm going to take my little palette of ColourPop singles into this cool turned brown, and I'm going to do like the Eggyosao under my eyeball. If this brush, an angled pointy brush, grab just a tiny bit and then find my natural eye fat line and just accentuate it a little bit. It looks like somehow between I didn't look the second time when I dipped my brush in, so instead of hitting this brown, I hit this glitter, and I just like wiped a little line of glitter underneath my eye. Now I'm going to do matte highlight. I don't have like an actual like matte highlighter. I figured I didn't need to buy one just yet because I have this eyeshadow shade that is exactly what a matte highlighter would look like. So until this is gone, I figured I didn't need to buy an extra product. So I have it on the flat brush. I'm going to start by brightening my eye in the inner corner. You can see the difference that makes already is insane. Then once I've done my inner corners, I'll do that like on top of my eyeshadow, and then brighten this entire area and kind of blend the edges of that harsh line. Yeah, matte highlighting I think is game changing. Now this, the Ulta Beauty white eyeliner. This is, I'd say, kind of like my calling card, I guess. Like, it's become like an integral piece of my like cosplay identity. And I don't do it with every single cosplay, but I do think that it's something that I really like doing. It's uniquely me, and I do it in my day-to-day makeup too. And if you're like, Finn, what the fuck are you rambling about? I'm talking about my stars. I'm talking about my stars. So I am going to show you how to do my star eyeliner. So I'm going to use this little handheld mirror just to do it. So I have something to look at while I'm talking to you guys. I love doing my little star makeup, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy for anyone to learn how to do it and also do it, but like I would be lying if I said like when I scroll across like my For You page and I find like a complete stranger who's like been inspired by my makeup style, I have like a little like that doesn't make any sense. Basically, I think it's really cute and I love doing it, and if you want to do it, that's fine. I'm gonna be jealous, but I give you permission to do so regardless. So I usually do my inner corner stars first, then I'll do my black winged liner, and then I'll do the rest of the stars. One of my favorite things ever is when I'm like going to class and someone tells me that they like my makeup and they're like, is that like a stamp or like, and I was like, no, I just did it with white eyeliner, and they're like, it makes me feel cool. Stars are difficult to draw, but at this point for me, it's kind of just like, I guess I'm just used to it. I don't know. I just do it. And it's not like it's perfect every time, but nothing has to be perfect. I'm gonna do my eyeliner. I have hooded eyes, and for the longest time, I didn't think I had hooded eyes. I like was mixing up hooded eyes and monolid. So I was like, I don't have hooded eyes, and I fully have hooded eyes. So that impacts the way that I do my eyeliner. I don't really know how to explain it, so you can kind of just watch what I do. So I've lined like I've just done a like tight line to my eye, and now I'm going to show you like my wing. First of all, I go straight out from my eye. I don't angle up. I go straight out, pretty long, and then I come back to this corner and I just connect it. Pretend that the part of your eyelid that like breaks apart isn't there. Ignore it. Just draw right over it. And like when you open your eye, you're gonna have that break, but just draw a straight line down and fill in your wing. Doesn't matter. Like, sure, people are gonna see the break when you blink, but like, do we care? I don't. That's just my simple little wing liner. I don't know why I prefer going straight out and as opposed to up, but I just feel like when it's angled up, it doesn't suit me. So I'd say always go for what you prefer on your own features. So if you don't like going straight out, angle it up. You can still use the same technique with it angled up. Bam, eyeliner, like it's that freaking easy. Real quick, I'm going to tight line my waterline with just some white. Now we can go back to the star eyeliner. I think I'm kind of just going to let you watch explain a little bit. So first, closest to the inner corner, I'm going to do a tiny upside down star. It's turning out messy because I'm nervous, but that's okay. Another small star right side up. I used to do all small stars across the eye. It is easier, so maybe if you're just starting out, you could do that. But ever since I did K-Angel, I've been liking doing a open upside down star as the third one, right on like the brow bone. So I start with this little upside down V, connect it on both sides, and then build up that star. So you can see it is getting a little bit messy. Most people don't look that close. They just see stars on your eyes and they're impressed. Whenever I pick up more eyeliner, I'm gonna make sure to wipe off some of the excess, because if your brush is oversaturated, that's gonna take away a lot of control from you. You can see little pieces where it gets like blobby because there was too much eyeliner on the brush. And for the last one, I'm just gonna do another small star. And the finishing touch is just grabbing some more white eyeliner and adding little dots in between the stars to just make it look more full and complete. So I don't really have rhyme or reason to this, just depending on how much space there is, I do between 1 and 3 stars. It's pretty much different every time. I just kind of follow my heart. I feel like I was like holding my breath while I did that. Okay, now that we've finished everything above the eye, it's time to focus on my under eye makeup. So I'm going back with this palette and I'm going to mix this dark shade and this like bright pink shade on another one of those angled brushes, and I'm gonna do a ballerina line. I actually can't find the brush that I usually use, so I'm going to use this angled one. And a ballerina line is actually a technique that I learned from watching Valentina's makeup tutorial, like the drag queen. I think it was like her All Stars 4 makeup tutorial on VH1, and it's just runs parallel underneath your eyeliner. I don't know, I just really like it. I've been doing it for a few years now, because I used to just pack like a similar color under my eye and kind of smudge it out, but I just feel like it's more interesting, like having a line. It's not the most natural looking, but if you were looking for a natural cosplay makeup tutorial, I fear you came to the wrong place. My makeup, I don't do it as crazy as I used to. Pull up a picture of my 2021 makeup style. You can see I've toned it down a little, but I still like to look fun and whimsical, okay? That's a crime. Now that I have this line drawn, it also gives me a guide for where I'm gonna put my lower lashes. So I like to draw on lower lashes with eyeliner. And the way I used to do it, which this has changed recently, is I would do these 4 lines, and the inner corner one goes the other way. I would just do these 4. Recently, I've been filling in between them with like a lighter stroke, but like having more eyelashes. I think I've been really enjoying that. So they're not as dark as these main 4, but they're still there. Throw some more in there with a much lighter hand. Yeah, more lashes. Moving on to mascara. I'm going to put mascara on my upper lashes and then on my inner lower lashes, and I like to clump them together into little triangles. Probably not gonna show that, I'm probably just gonna do it real quick, as well as putting on my lashes. I like to use like a spiky lash. Okay, we're getting into the final touches stretch. So, highlighter. I think I'm gonna go with Magical Guardian palette. This white shade. It's like, it looks white, but it reflects pink. It's Gorgiana, I gotta say. So, tip of the nose. Wow, you can't see it that much, but I can see it so much. And then top of the bridge. Wow, I wish you could see it. It's so pretty. I don't know why it's not showing up that well on camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on my cheekbone. You catching that? It's not my like most blinding highlight, 'cause it's not meant to be a highlight, it's an eyeshadow. but it is so pretty. It has a nice pink sheen. Bam, highlighter, done. Now for lips. I'm gonna take this guy right here, take a tiny tap of blush right over the lips. Gives it like a nice blurred base. ColourPop lip pencil. This has been my ride or die for like 6 years. The same shade, it's Oh Snap. And I'm just gonna line my lips. I like an ombre lip, so I like the outside of my lips to be lighter than the inside, as opposed to the more traditional darker lip liner. I like a lighter lip liner. Then I'll place like a darker color in the middle and buff it out. This is way too light, I need something darker. I'm gonna put like literally 1 dot of this. A dark color, if it's made right, will go far. There we go. Lips done. And usually I would wait to do my lipstick until after I put on the costume or wig just for longevity's sake, but I wanted to keep it all together for this video. So now I'm gonna go change, I'll show you the final look, and then say bye. Okay, I actually forgot that when I do Nene, I like to add freckles to her. I forgot to add freckles. I'm not gonna show you me doing that, but next time you see me, I'm gonna have fake freckles. Okay, we have the finished look. I love this cosplay. I never like don't feel cute in this cosplay. It's so cute. Let me show you in the mirror. Like, it's that serious. It is. This is so cute. Oh, I'm not even wearing like a petticoat underneath, so it's not even as fluffy as it could be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or any characters even that you want like a specific makeup tutorial for. I can work on that for you. I appreciate you for watching this far or watching my videos at all. If you like it, you can go ahead and subscribe. And I think that you'll be recommended a video after this one. So if you want to keep watching, keep watching. It helps me a lot. Thank you. Bye.